Welcome back to the Fighting Illini Insider. I'm Mike Kuhn, joined by the head baseball coach here at the University of Illinois, Dan Hartlip, and the weather warming up and the season is turning to baseball. And you start the season uniquely with the Hot Stove Banquet. Talk about how that got started and what it does for your program.
Well, the Hot Stove Banquet has been, it was established probably about 26, 27 years ago. And it was a kickoff event at that time, and it's turned into a little bit of a fundraiser. But it's an opportunity for people to come in, get to know the team a little bit, get a feel for our players, and then we have a speaker that comes in and delivers a message. It's been a great event for us and something that we look forward to each year.
Well, first weekend of the season, you send a youngster out. Will Strack is your number one, defeats Notre Dame. Just talk about his performance in that game and how he's earned that top spot.
Well, Will Strack has been very, very good for us throughout the year. He got a lot of experience last year, pitching some big games for us, and we thought he earned the number one role for us on the pitching staff. He went out against Notre Dame. He was very, very effective. He's really matured as a pitcher, as an individual, and again, I feel very confident with him in the number one role. I think he'll do a very good job once we get into Big Ten play on the Friday night games and give us an opportunity to win each and every time out.
Well, on the offensive side, Matt Dittman moves to the cleanup spot. He's hitting over 500 early in the year. Just talk about his progression and how he solidifies the middle of the order.
Well, Matt Dittman's done a very good job for us, as you've said, to this point. Last year, he kind of got thrown into the mix from an injury, never relinquished the position at first base. Went out this summer and continued to play very well, and then he's come in and been very solid in the middle of our order. He's handled the fourth spot very well. A lot of times when you hit in other spots in the order, you don't get as many breaking balls, but Matt has handled all pitches and been very consistent for us. And it's things that we thought he could do. So he's playing at a high level, and I think he can continue that the rest of the year.
A very young lineup up and down. Just talk a little bit about some of the young players that are stepping into those roles.
Well, it's been an interesting year to this point. I thought we would go through a few things early as far as some ups and downs. I thought at this point we'd have a few more wins, but we're still trying to feel our way through the lineup and some of the things with the pitching staff. I mean, there's a very real possibility that we could only lose two starters on offense this year and one pitcher. And if you look at that for the future, it's a very good situation. I think we're very athletic. I think the person that really stands out as far as the youth goes is Brandon Hall. He's come into our lineup, been very, very good defensively at third base. He's hitting the 7th slot most of the year and has been very, very good offensively. Has a number of RBIs and really been an offensive leader for us behind Matt Dittman.
Well, Illinois opens the home season March 31st, and then the home Big Ten series right away. Talk about what it's like to play at Illinois Field. I know that last year at the Backyard Barbecue drew a record crowd and just the atmosphere that Illinois Field has each and every year.
Well, it's been a great venue. The upgrade with the turf has been very, very good for the program because people know that we're going to play on a regular basis. Weather's not going to be the major factor there. The Backyard Barbecue was an outstanding event, and I think for the first time we had a lot of newcomers out to the field. That showed in games that we played after the barbecue last year. We've gotten great support from the community, and there's an awareness about baseball that we didn't have in the past, and so I look forward to great crowds again. The crowds are very, very helpful for us as we play, and our players, they enjoy playing in front of our home crowd, and they get excited in those situations.
Well, outside of the barbecue, you've got a big event coming up at the end of the year, last home weekend against Purdue, a big 130-year reunion. Talk about the preparations going into that and how special it is to bring some of the all-time greats back.
Well, there are a number of old-timers that I've met, but there's a lot of people that I have not met that I hope will return. There's some great names that I've seen on some lists that will be returning, and it'll be a pleasure to get them back. Have our team have an opportunity to look back at some of the history, and a lot of our fans to look back at some of the people that they've seen play at Illinois over the years. So it'll be a great event. I'm looking forward to that, and hopefully we get great crowds so that the former players can see the support that we now have at the University of Illinois.
One of the things that it's really been exciting to see Big Ten baseball on the Big Ten Network, and a number of games both on the network and streamed. What has that meant? Have you seen a residual effect in terms of recruiting to see so many games on the network and on national television?
Well, I think if you look across the board at all sports in the Big Ten and what the network's done for it, it's been very positive. From a baseball standpoint, there's a new awareness across the country. People have been able to watch our games and see the quality. I think if you look over the past 2 or 3 years, the quality of our programs in the Big Ten, the facilities, the different things that have taken place and that are on the board to take place, have been developed because of the Big Ten Network, not only because of the exposure, but some of the financial upgrades that we've had because of the network and the things that it has brought forward to us.
Spring trip coming up next week. Talk about the development of the team, what you hope to have happen over the next couple of weeks to get ready for the Big Ten season.
Well, as I mentioned before, we're still kind of feeling our way through the season a little bit, trying to find the lineup that fits for us, try to find the people that can come off the bench and be consistent. Where we continue to experiment with some of the things in the lineup, and hopefully over the next 10, 12 games we're going to have a solid lineup and know where people fit on a daily basis.
Well, looking forward to getting out to Illinois Field. That's Illinois head baseball coach Dan Hartleb. I'm Mike Kuhn. Stay tuned for more on the Fighting Illini Insider.